So the topic is entangling and getting untangled for my clients. So let's explore how we get entangled, and let's explore what we do to stay entangled, and let's explore then what we can do to get free of entanglement. So my first question to you: how do you get entangled with your client? By that I mean, how do you get drawn into their system? How do you get drawn into needing something from them and wanting something? How do you get caught in it? That's how you get caught in it, is by needing something, right? So how we get into entanglement is by having agendas and attachments. So what agendas and attachments do you usually find are easy traps for you to get entangled? What do you want from clients that tend to get you entangled with them?
I want to save them.
Okay, save them, fix them, heal them. I want something from them. So the key word is want. Or we could distinguish between want and need here now, because wanting is just having a preference, but needing is having an attachment. I'm defining those words, not the English, not the dictionary. I'm saying is if we want our clients to heal and we want them to get better, it's just a preference. It would be nice if everybody healed. It would be nice if we all loved each other. Don't we want that? Of course. Now that's fine to want. So a lot of what we have to do is, if we start needing, now I need my client. If you need, the way you know you're needing is that you'll feel pain if you don't get it. So I want everybody to get well and heal, but I'm not going to be in pain if that doesn't happen.
Can you describe the pain?
Existential pain, the idea that if I want you to do something, I'm going to feel disappointed at you or angry with you or frustrated with me. There's going to be some negative reaction when I don't get what I need.
Want.
No, want is fine.
Want is, okay.
But when I need, that's when I start feeling, I start to suffer. When I need, I end up suffering. We're talking about the therapist right now, not the client. We're going to teach all of this to the client, but eventually we have to learn it ourselves first.
I noticed that for my clients, I want them to see.
Okay.
And once in a while I do get them to needing them to like,
yes.
And that's how I notice it, that I do get kind of like boggled down.
Sure.
That's how it feels.
So I go, gee, so I want you to see how you're kind of entangled with me right now. That's cool, but I need you to
like,
see
do it
that
already,
you're entangled with me right now. What's the matter with you? I'm failing at getting you to fulfill my own need. So that's going to feel bad. And that's a measurement of how you're doing between need and want. If you're feeling bad, you're needing. If you're feeling free, you're just wanting. It's the same thing with desire. The idea is, in order to get something we want to desire it. But desire is putting out to the universe, I'd like more clients, or I'd like to be fulfilled. And it comes with positive intent, and it comes with openness. I want my desires fulfilled. That's offering the universe. But when I say, I need more clients, I need more to do in my life, I need to feel better, then we're putting this negative energy out into the universe. And that's what we're going to get back. So when it comes to the word desire, we want to make sure that we are desiring from a place of wanting. Otherwise, we're going to be trapped. So I'm going to give you an example of how this works right now. I'm going to give each of you a chance to do this, but I'm going to give Padmini an agenda that I want her to get out of her clients. I'm going to give her an agenda, and you're going to be her client. Selena, you're going to be her client. Here's what I want you to do. In some conversations, but you can't tell her that directly. You just got to get her to do that. You've got to need her to do that. Need her to see that. Okay, she has an agenda. See what it feels like as her client.
Selena, tell me about your childhood.
My childhood is childhood is
Who were your parents?
my who are my parents.
Yeah, tell me about your parents.
My parents they are
You gotta figure out what our agenda is as you listen to
my
it.
parents are very good to me.
How many did you have? Growing up, how many parents did you have?
One is one.
Who was it?
Try to get to, yes, good. Try to get to it
Who
more
was your
directly.
parents?
Oh, it's my parents.
Tell me about this one parent.
One parents. My mom.
Okay,
I win!
I'm only gonna give you 30 seconds to get your agenda accomplished. Her agenda was to get her client to say the word mother.
Right.
So that's the agenda.
Oh
How did, when you, how did this feel like good therapy to you? Or did it feel like it felt like the Grand Inquisition?
Yeah.
How did it feel as the client? And she kept asking you all these directive questions.
Yeah, I confused. I don't know what it is.
You don't know what she's after.
Yeah.
You're just trying to please her. Give her what she
I had to
wants.
think about it.
You're like, what the hell?
You know what's going on, but as a client, if I have a lot of stuff to say, then I can say. But however, I ask my parents. I have nothing to say. My parents.
But how did it feel about the way she was treating you?
It's a very directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, very directly.
Often your clients will feel confused and go, what does this therapist want of me right now?
Yeah.
Where's she going with all of these questions? Because she's not going where I want to go. She's going to get her agenda fulfilled. Okay? And she needs to manipulate you in order to get her agenda fulfilled. That's one of the dangers of agendas, is that we start ending up manipulating our clients. All right, so here's your,
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you say getting the agenda fulfilled, a lot of times I wonder if trying to stay in the present moment ends up being an agenda.
Can be.
Yeah, because I just, if
it can be a need or an agenda,
yeah.
or it can be a want. I want my client to get present is different than I need him to get present.
Okay, because bringing up more and more invitations sometimes feels like that. Like, what do you want from me?
That's right, that's right.
You just
That's
keep
how it feels
inviting
to
me
the
to be in the
client.
present moment, and all I really want to tell you was
Yeah, the
my
client
divorced
feels
parents or
manipulated.
something.
What the hell you asked?
Stop telling. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's because you need her to say the word mother. If you just want her to say the word mother, eventually she may say the word mother. It'd be all right with you if she did or she didn't.
Or I could tell her.
You had a goal. You have a goal now. Get her to say mother, and I'm only going to give you 30 seconds to get your goal done here. So you can't stall around trying to get
Would
this
have
done.
figured it out.
Here's what I want. Here's your agenda.
Okay.
Carol, you're going to be her client. Need her to stand up, okay? All right, so I've given her an agenda. Carol, you're her client. So just respond to her.
Carol's will you please stand up?
No, you can't tell her directly. Let me give you another one. That's too easy. The goal of the agenda was to get Carol to stand up. But you can't reveal the agenda. You've just got to keep it hidden. Okay. Can't do it directly. Just find a way to try to manipulate her into doing that.
Carol, what do you do in the morning, this morning?
In the morning?
Yeah.
I get up
Before
again.
you come here.
Oh, this day, I got to rest and got in the car.
Yeah, and then?
That's all.
And today is raining, right?
Today,
Today is raining, and
Yeah. I just got in the car.
I don't know.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's
See, when you have an
It's
agenda,
hard.
you also get tangled up because you are manipulating your client.
Yeah.
How do I try a few more things and then we'll reveal what your agenda is.
Okay. So yeah. So do you have?
How about, do you put makeup on in the
Yeah.
morning?
Do you put makeup this morning? No.
So what kinds of things do you need to keep?
Anything
What kind do you
else?
need to prepare? What do you do to
What do
prepare?
you prepare? So before you go out, get out from your home.
I'm gonna go get lunch.
There isn't enough.
I got dressed
No,
and I
Carol and I are
stuffed
going
a piece
out
of bread
to
down my boat.
Well, the lunch is bought and paid for,
And
and
then
Okay.
I picked up my purse and got.
Okay, that's all the time you have. See, I want you to feel exactly like you're feeling. What the hell? This is miserable.
is the agenda the problem or the manipulation? What was wrong with
The
saying,
agenda.
I need you to stand up for me right now?
Because, yeah, because
That's how you get disentangled from your agenda. You
by saying what you
own
want.
it and you speak it out and you own it.
An agenda is something you have in mind, but you don't want your clients to know you have it.
Yeah.
So
That's what the
difficult.
agenda is. You have something for them, but you're not gonna tell them what it is.
Oh my god, that's so much easier.
If you own it, I think
Yeah.
you can deal with it.
Because the gender is to about your hair, so it's difficult.
Yeah, she was supposed to get her to touch her hair or talk about her hair. See, but she can't go there directly, so she gotta hint around and manipulate and try to get, so it was definitely frustrating for you, wasn't it? How was it for you as her client?
I'm still waiting for her because I want to be in this relationship with her, but I don't know.
You don't know what you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, here's an agenda for you.
Vivian?
I'm gonna give you an agenda, and you're gonna get Svelana to do it without telling her to do it.
Okay.
But don't tell her directly, try to manipulate her into your agenda. You're a good therapist, and if you get your client to do this, they'll be happy and healthy. Because you know what you're doing, she doesn't.
Okay, so, what do you notice about yourself right now?
Okay.
I'm sure you are. We've been talking some, and I'm going to just write over what your inside's like.
Be more directive. You've only got
Okay,
30 seconds left to get her to do this.
So while you listen and while you respond, I know what to do. I would say, would you sit in your chair with both feet in the floor and notice your backbone? Now, we've been talking, folks, sit up if you can there, and just like, yes, just for a minute, be aware of your breathing. Again.
Okay, nice try. Or get stuff out of your way. And another thing, get that thermos out of your way right now. Be another thing you could say to her.
So you got,
That's what you're trying to do. The thermos is, so just say to her, get that thermos out of your way and see what happens. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
goal is to try to get her hands together. And her hands, we really got our hands together a little
Give me
bit.
that.
Right, that would have been an intervention. Give me that. So
Okay.
then she would maybe put her hands together.
Okay.
You want to manipulate her to get those hands together.
Well, we're not doing, we need some practice on manipulation.
There you go. I think we're really good at that already, aren't we? You know?
Okay,
I
let
think
me
we get
try.
caught up in manipulation. Okay.
Well, what's interesting to me was my response to successfully manipulating Selena was, I win!
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
thought, that was so interesting. It's a very, childlike, but also.
It's a one-up position.
It's a one-up position.
Right. And that's what happens when you have an agenda. You gotta put yourself in a one-up position because you're the one that's gonna make this happen. Nobody's gonna make it happen but you. Okay, let's see. what
Okay,
we could do.
tell me. See what I can do.
I'm easy to manipulate. Hi.
You can put this down in your way.
Oh, okay.
Be more comfortable.
You want me to?
I'll be done at noon.
But do you want
Yes,
something?
you're
What do you
doing
mean?
lunch then.
Has the goal already been accomplished, or you?
Well,
Oh,
kind of sort of.
Oh.
You want me to cross my leg?
Yes.
yes, there you go, now, but in a way, it was partially successful because
yes.
she crossed her leg.
I just want to, yeah, you just want my second, like, very comfy. Yeah, it's,
All right, I'm
it's
gonna give you
annoying.
an agenda. Again, I want you to feel what it's like as the
I'll
client.
give you an agenda, you'll be your client, or what me
Yeah.
can be the
God, meaning
client.
will be your client.
Okay.
But
Ah,
again, I want to know, what did it feel like to have the agenda? Frustrating, manipulative. And what did it feel like to be the client? What does she want?
Yeah, what do you want? That's what do you want me to do?
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't about me, it was about her. You know, I'm trying to please you,
But
for God's
even
sakes.
for me, it wasn't about the client, it was about some element which has nothing to do with me or the client.
Yes, that's right.
It's very
Yeah.
distracting to have an agenda. I find.
Yes, that's my point.
Hard to be
Yeah.
present.
Okay.
Let me come over here, cause. You were too close.
It's already started. Look at this. Her agenda has already started. It's affecting the way she's arranging the chairs.
Maybe, actually, we have a little bit of space between us. Have a little space between us, that way we can look kind of directly at each other and we can sit over there, I'll put this here. We can turn towards each other.
You're really weird. In fact, I want you to go sit somewhere else.
So instead of telling her to move, you can say, I need this chair to put this stuff down. there."
I
That's what you were gonna
but
do,
I said
right?
I was
You're all
also
squeezing in my face right now.
It had its impact. Hi, are you joining us? Oh, you're seeing a client, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. That's all right. All right. So that's the point, right? When you need something, you're a monster of a therapist. You're not a very good therapist. When you want something, you're just doing a lot of enactments and you don't care about the outcome. I want to just explore here with you. I don't care where it goes. So we're talking about how we get entangled. We get entangled with agendas and attachments. We need something from somebody. That's how we get entangled. Okay? And we could go into, let's say you have a client and you're counter-transferred. You're counter-transferred. She reminds you of your mother. You're sitting with a client who reminds you of your mother and you don't like it. And you don't want her to keep doing this anymore. There's your agenda. Or your client's been seeing you for 6 months now and they don't feel like they've gotten better. And now today you feel like they haven't gotten better. What's wrong? I need to make something happen so they don't. I need my client to be a more cooperative client. My client keeps saying no to all my interventions. She ties my hands. Everything I ask her to do, she says she does. She's got to stop doing that. So whenever that need is inspired in you by either you or your client, that's when you're going to go off track and that's when you're going to get entangled.
When the parent brings a child to me and if I buy into parent's agenda, they say, you know, the child needs to perform better. And I work with the child like, I need you to perform better. That's
One another
way.
agenda.
Right.
Wherever the agenda is inspired from you, from the parent, from the client, whoever inspires the agenda, that's where you're going to be trapped in the agenda. Okay. All right. So, how do we stay engulfed? How do we stay entangled?
Trying to make up for having made it first.
What we do, we stay attached. So let me show you a hand. Carol, come on up here for a minute.
Is that your agenda?
Yeah, no, I'm just telling you correctly. Please cooperate with me. Put your hand on your hip like this. This is a handle. So one of the ways I get attached is I want to do something with Carol, so I grab her and say, move over here, smile, go up and down, be happy, tell me what's going on. So I start jerking her around with her handle. I'm attached to her and I need something from her. So you can feel feel her resistance. She doesn't want to be jerked around. She doesn't want to do what I say. Some people will go along with me. Could you come over here?
Okay.
Yeah, and then could you come over
Oh,
here?
yeah.
And then let's go around like,
I know.
how is this? Is this good?
Yeah.
So one way we get attached is by grabbing our client and creating a handle there to grab hold of. And so we want something from her.
Yeah.
We want, so that's grabbing the client's hand.
At this point, he's either my mommy or daddy, and I wanted to.
Or your enemy in a way, because you didn't want to do anything I suggested.
Oh.
So I became kind of like
Well,
a,
no, but even if they come in to spank you, they're with you.
either way, I want
Yes.
something from you. There's inequality going on here. There's oppression going on here. There's perpetrator, victim going on here too. There's a one up, one down. Because I'm attached to needing something. Carol, take off this shirt, this sweater. It doesn't match your blouse. And I can come up with 100 reasons why I want something. Okay, would you sit down again now? So everybody stand up and make a handle. And go ahead and pull each other's handles, but talk as you pull it. Talk as you pull on their handle. Talk. Tell them what you need. As you pull on your handle, tell them what you need.
With stuff. I need to come my way. I need to follow my direction. Client-wise.
Yeah.
Make me feel strong.
Okay.
I need you to.
Tell me when to change.
Leave me.
Okay, we're glad that guy.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Come on, come here. I want you to show up.
Good.
How about you?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
Come on, smile. So you
It's the
also
point that it's
pull on
not
my
the
hand.
second I want to ask you about your
You want something
church
from
and
me.
activism work, because I'm curious.
Oh, I saw something you suggested someone on Facebook did.
Okay, so you did actually see that. It didn't, it showed that you weren't a part of the group and it like blocked out your name. I wasn't sure if that actually went through or not.
Oh,
I'm glad to hear it actually got to your.
yeah.
All right, time out. Time out. Freeze right there and feel what it feels like to have,
Go with them and then.
Thank you.
feel what it feels like to have somebody grabbing somebody's handle and trying to get them to go or move or do something. It's a very stuck place, and it's the way we stay stuck, is we grab hold of our client's handle. Now, another way we get stuck is we allow our clients to grab our handle. So I might say to you, fix my daughter, I came on her to get fixed, and it's been 3 weeks now, and she's still having trouble in school. What's wrong with you? Why can't you make this happen? I'm counting on you. I'm paying you a lot of money. So you see now, I'm letting the client, here's the therapist, and I'm giving a handle for the client to take hold of. So now I'm not pulling on my client's handle, they're pulling on my handle. You see the difference? So one,
And they're good at it.
so how do I make this happen? So one of you be a therapist and the other one be a client, and pull on your therapist's handle, and then we'll switch.
I'll be two joint clients.
Fix my relationship.
Are you a therapist? Are you a therapist?
No, Carol and I will do it. You two do it together. One's the client, one's the therapist. Pull on the client. Pull on your therapist's handle. I'll pull on your handle.
Oh boy.
I
Got a good grip on it.
I'm a client.
I want to help you too.
I want you to
This is
charge
pretty
me
bad.
this money.
I feel so bad.
I want you to.
Yeah, I really want to fix
I
you
want
too.
you to.
I want to make myself smaller and smaller. Eventually I'll quit being a therapist.
I need you.
I'll quit.
I need you.
Oh no, I can't be the
Yeah,
most
but
perfect therapist.
you have to
But
do
yeah.
it occasionally.
I know, that's even worse. I feel like I should give all of your money back.
I know, I'm worried now.
No.
Stand up.
I waste
People,
my money, I spend money for you. So
I know, I'll give it all back to you. Here, you can have it. I'm not a therapist anymore. Oh no, that's even worse.
Just try these words. I need.
Chaos.
Try these words. Oh, I
I'll be
need.
you a therapist.
I need. You're the therapist now. Feel this. Just those words alone, right? I need. So switch and do it the other way around. Client, become therapist.
I need, I want, and you're gonna give me what I want. What kind of therapist are you?
So you pull on me.
You have failed.
I need.
Yeah,
I
I
do
something.
I need it so bad.
No.
Please, please.
No, give me
Right.
a better handle. You, I need, I
Please.
All right, there you go. Okay, that got me.
Fix
All right.
me and broken. Fix me and
Okay,
broken.
freeze again. So this is the second handle. The second handle is you're not pulling on your client's handle. You're allowing your client to pull on your handle.
Oh, I thought we were already doing that.
Well,
Yes.
have you experienced this both ways?
Mhm.
This is what it's like to pull on my client's handle, and this is what it's like to allow them to pull on my handle. They're very stuck in tangled places. Now here's the hardest one. Put your hand out. That's your handle, your arm, and pull on your own handle.
What?
Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing it right. I'm not the kind of therapist I could be. I'm not okay. Something's wrong with me. Something's broken. Something needs to change. This is the hardest handle to break. Because in order for me to break with the client, I have to just let go, and I'm free of the client. And when she grabs me, all I have to do is not make room for her to grab me, and she's free. What do I have to do to get rid of my own handle? I have to do my healing work.
Yeah.
This is where my healing work comes in. I've got to stop being my own perpetrator. I've got to let go of my own handles. So the idea is, can I let go of your handle? Can I not give you a handle to grab hold of? And can I let go of my handle? So those are the three handles, and that's what happens. That's how we get into. Okay, sit down. We'll talk.
Can we try? Oh, can we
Yeah, you would
try again? Oh, we'll try later. Being free, getting free.
Yeah, we're going to do freedom later.
Okay.
I'm
Freedom's just another word for letting go of a gem.
I'm just really letting in the third piece because it's so simple and it feels different than new. And it just feels so profound. Like, duh.
With me and another, it takes two of us. But with me and my handle, I'm my only perpetrator. I'm my only oppressor. I'm my own manipulator. And it's between me and me. But if it's between me and you, I can let go. And if it's between you and me, I can let go. But if it's between me and me, those are harder things to let go. Because these are the things that have kept us oppressed for years. We've grown this handle very big, and it's in our faces, and we grab it a lot of the time. I'm not good enough. When am I ever going to learn? I should be doing something. No, this is. That handle is a real tough one, because to get rid of that handle, you have to go back and reassess your whole life. You have to transcend something. You have to we're going to talk about letting go in just a minute, but it's going to be much harder to let go of this handle. This is the one you're almost always glued to, therapists. Even when you're glued to your client's handle, you're also glued to yours. And when they're glued to your handle, you're also glued to yours. Because all handles are self-handles. I have a handle for me. I've got a handle for you, and I've got a handle for you to pull on. I distribute my handles. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It also feels like ultimately it's the client who needs to free themselves from their own handle. I mean, it's all a parallel process.
It's the therapist who has to get rid of their handles, and the client has to learn to get rid of their handles. Or we start with us. I let go. So there's the trap. I need something from you, or I'm allowing you to need something from me, or I'm needing something from myself. Those are the three entrapment handles. So essentially we're saying, how do we let go of, how do we dissipate, let go, not offer up to the world any handles? How do we walk through the world without grabbing hold of any handles? Imagine that. Imagine not grabbing hold of any of these handles. I need nothing from the client. The client can need anything they want from me. I don't care. And I'm just doing fine just the way I am. Wow. You're really free when you can free yourself with those three handles. So let's have a few rounds of playing this out so everybody watches. So I need two people to go stand up there in the middle of the room. All right. So try to be together right now. With you be the client and you be the therapist. And so I'm gonna try to be with her without any handles. Yes.
And I'm trying to grab her handles.
You're
Or
right.
give her a
And she
hand.
may, and yeah, or if she catches herself, yeah, I'll offer her your handle too.
Don't you want
Yeah.
to grab my handle?
Yeah. Big screen.
This handle is really big.
I need your help.
It's I was raped as a child.
Yes.
Don't you want to grab it yourself? Because this is it's really big.
So notice what it's like not to grab it. Now try to grab her
Torting
handle.
myself to make you grab my handle. God damn it! Grab my damn handle. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh.
What's happening?
Just trying to find a way to let go.
Okay.
Big handle, grab me.
So we're going to talk about how to let go of handles in just a minute.
Okay.
Now you try to grab hold of her handle.
So I'm the therapist.
Yeah, no, you're going to still be the
You're
client.
client and I'm
But try to grab hold of the therapist's handle.
All right.
But I'm not allowed to get rid of
You're not allowed to.
I'm
You're
allowed.
not
You
allowed
have a
to.
handle.
You're not going to allow her to take your handle.
Oh, I'm not.
So she has
so
a handle,
I
but
will
she's not
kind of
allowing.
untangle myself. Okay.
She's not going to allow you to grab hold of her handle.
Where's your handle? You don't have a handle. You just have to not let me grab it. Have your handle. Oh, you have a handle. Let me have it. It's not a handle. You can't let go. You still have to have your handle.
Actually, she doesn't. Her goal is to practice not having one.
Yes.
But we all have handles.
I
We
can
all
offer
have-
one as enactment.
She has her own handle. We're going to have her let go of her own handle. She let go of your handle. She didn't respond to you grabbing her handle. And now the third role is
Listen, I
she's not
need
going to
you-
grab her own handle.
I need you to have a handle.
That's
Because you-
experiment.
What kind of therapist are you? Be
Having
a
it.
human. Yeah, there you go. Be human, so be flawed, okay? Because then you'd model good humanness for me. You have a handle.
Oh.
Stop it!
All right, good. Now, Stefana, don't
Yes.
get trapped in your own handle. While you're with your client, don't get trapped in your own handle.
I want to see you have a handle. I want to see you contort yourself because it makes me feel better. I want you on the floor sobbing, crying because it will give me ego strength. I want to be more powerful than you. Taking this. Woo-hoo-hoo, will you please make yourself small like me? I've had a traumatic childhood. Please also be. Yes, it worked! I saw your face. You went, ha ha ha! I made you grab your own handle.
What a statement. I made you grab your own handle.
I am powerful.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So let's talk about this idea of handles and how we put them. We look for handles on our clients, you understand? We look for handles. When we have an agenda, we're saying, I'm looking for a handle. My agenda of you is the handle I gave you as a client, and I'm going to grab hold of it. And you'll usually let me because you're a client and you don't know about letting go of handles. So you'll probably let me grab your handle, and you'll probably let me move you all over around the room and try to get my needs met through you. I'm not even trying to get your needs met when I have an agenda. I'm trying to get my need met. My need is to get my agenda fixed, completed, and I'm going to use you to do it. So when I'm in agenda, I'm not even there client-centered. My agenda is totally about me. When I say I want you to heal, I need you to heal, it's still about me. I'm not going to be helping you at all. So any handles are distractions from you being the best therapist. So don't put handles on your clients, number one. Don't allow handles on yourself or your clients to grab, number two. And don't give yourself handles to grab, number three. Good luck.
Good luck.
That's all you have to do. It's possible here and now, isn't it? Certainly over long periods of time. Maybe you can't maintain that, but for periods of time, maybe during a therapy session, you could at least during a therapy session not create any handles.
Could I explore this with my own process. The idea of a self handle feels alive for me. And can I take a space to explore that and use
Sure.
this as an enactment? I'm thinking about what's alive for me right now is how I hold myself back from the identity of therapist. I fall apart when I think about putting myself out into the marketplace as a therapist. And, you know, I found office spaces, I have startup funds, I have my license now, I have all the skill sets I need. In fact, I'm probably overdoing it by a magnitude of 10. And I think about all the things I do to trip myself up. I make things so complicated. And I'm trying to figure out, how am I grabbing it? What are my handles and how am I grabbing it? Like, what is it?
Well, one handle is fear, shame, mistrust, disbelief, unworthy, unwilling, imperfection. All of your issues are handled. So if I have an issue that I don't feel comfortable going out there and marketing myself, I'm afraid, or I'm turned off, or I haven't found a way to do that. Yeah.
Could I have people help me with this enactment? If there's
So why don't you all be the parts of her? You be the parts of her.
I want one person to be the handle and one person grabbing the handle.
Okay.
Because I can't quite separate it in
Go
myself.
ahead and choreograph.
Can you sculpt us?
Yes.
Just sculpt
I need
us.
2 people. So I'm trying to define what the handle would be. I have to get it right. So is that a handle?
No, I have to
Yes.
get it right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so be the handle, grab.
And I have to
Be it right. And then could I have another person be the grabber? Okay. So I'm trying to think, like, what would the grabber grab? So if my self grabber grabs, I have to get it right, then what would your belief statement be? I'm trying to, I don't know what that would be. I will never get it right. Like, I can't quite figure out how I grab myself like this.
You're
Like, what
right.
the
By
parts-
taking on the issue. So I just go and I take
So,
on
okay.
I take on this part that says I'll never get it
I
right.
have
You're right,
get
I
it
never
right.
get it right. You're right.
You have
Oh, so
to
she
get
was,
it right.
You don't even need her.
I don't even need her. I
Because
would just grab.
This is your internal work.
Oh,
So you grab this part of
To
you.
get it right.
I'll get it. I'll never get it right. Is that
That's
the
what she
handle?
says, I'll never get it right, or I have to get it right.
I'll never get
But
it
you've
right.
enrolled. You put her on your team. You made
You
her a
have to get
teammate.
it right.
Right.
See, there is another T you didn't cross.
Right.
There's a dot you didn't.
I will never find the perfect marketing.
Good.
And
Right,
you
so,
have
like,
to.
I will never find the perfect way to do it. I will never find the perfect. I will never define my client.
Now, what
properly.
if
And
you let
you
go of
have
her?
to do
What if you
that.
let go of her and just let her babble on without you?
You have to do it right.
And don't enroll.
You have to do it right.
Just stay separate from it.
To do it perfectly.
This feels freeing.
You
It's
can
surprising.
In fact, I not only want you to stay free, I want you to go embrace her while she does
You
this.
can't
Right.
start until you're
Embrace
perfect.
her.
Oh.
You can't.
Oh.
And love her.
No, you
And
can't.
Stay separate from her, but let her carry on what she's doing.
Need to be perfect.
Like it's a little child, isn't it? You got a little child in your hand having a fit.
Right. Yeah. It's fascinating to feel that it's somehow this. I do this.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Because she only has the power when you stop allowing her. When you allow her, she lost all of her power. Do you see that? She
Yeah.
was not powerful anymore when you allowed her. Which now we're on step
Thank you
3.
so much.
How to get free of your attachments, and the answer is allow.
Yeah.
Simply, that's your answer.
Always come and practice on it.
There's something about the grabbing of the handle. It's almost like I was thinking I needed to have a matching boost of those. Which is
You have to realize that you're actually enrolling with your handle. Here's your handle. You're no good. You're not good enough. And you're saying, you're right. And now you're becoming your own handle. And the way you let go of that handle is to step back and allow, and then step back in and embrace. Step out and separate, allow, and then step back in and nurture. Because that's the third step. Once you allow, what do? You offer. This is attach, and this is offer. So what you do is you offer your part. Not only am I going to allow you to be who you are, but I'm going to offer myself up to you. You see what this is the complete resolution here. This is the way out of the entanglement. But this is when you've healed your entanglement. You've actually had to embrace your entanglement. And then that part of you is quiet, at least for now. And she may come back really loud next time you're giving a speech, or somebody's requiring, she may speak right up again. And you're going to be needing to step back and listen to her. Yes, yes. And then, and I love you, and I not love you, and I love you, and I embrace you. I allow you, and I embrace you.
It's that I bought it and sold it
Yeah.
to myself.
Yeah.
Really good grandparents.
And all of these parts that you've created sitting out here that want you to stay in disallowance, they have been trained by society, by parents, and by you. They have all been well trained to be those parts for you. They become, your handles are created by you. Nobody, well, the world offers you handles, clients offer you handles, but you're the one who creates them. You're the one that turns them into a handle. You see how that happens?
But even the external handles to the client is really a self-handle.
Yes, it is. And from the world too. Somebody dies. You feel bad. It's a handle.
Or you grabbed it.
It's okay though. I'm not saying don't feel bad when your kid dies. Just saying don't turn it into a handle. Oh, I'm going to always have people die. Wherever I go, people die. Now you've turned it into a handle. And it's going to walk around inside you as a sub-part, as part of your parts part. All of your disallowances, all your handles are parts playing out disallowance for you.
There's something about the duality that's striking me still. Because to buy, you have to sell. To sell, you have to buy. To have a handle, you need a grabber. Because it feels inevitable that if you hold out a handle to the universe will grab it because it will give you what you want. So you can't actually have a handle without the universe grabbing it. And you can't actually reach out for a handle in the universe without you having created that handle from the universe. And so that paradox is interesting to feel because it's not just this is my hurt inner child, but there's something about both that transaction, that splitting, and then the reintegration that creates, the reintegration for me creates richness. It feels very freeing and actually quite useful to have like split parts. I'm like, ooh, it's like more colors on the rainbow. How cool is that? And the contrast can be beautiful, but then before I can get to the contrast is beautiful, there's suffering.
Yeah, I think they come at the same time. It is beautiful that you have contrast, but it's also suffering that you have contrast. Because only through contrast can you learn to embrace the world.
Yeah.
So I need handles to transcend those so I can grow up and move through my own stuff. So the key here is every handle is your handle, whether it's coming from the world or your client or from you. It's your handle. And you're 100% responsible for it. You created it. And you're the only one who can disarm it. It's a good word here. This is your handle. Disarm it. Disarm your handle.
That's really hard since they've been there since you were 3 years old.
Yes.
I never promised you a rose garden.
Well, and you got a tiny 3-year-old
Yes.
when you're really 72, you're still having the same problem.
That's right.
Which is why I think for me this conference is alive, because that's the point of the conference. It's not that the cognitive concepts are hard, it's that untangling those handles that are unconscious
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy, but that is like this paradoxical challenge.
Mostly it doesn't get fixed unless there's a big explosion, and then the family does.
But we need the interaction with the world to allow the contrast to come up. And then, only then can we.
So I have this client. Somehow I buy into something, but I'm not quite sure what is it that I'm buying into. What is the handle there? Every time she starts telling me how she suffered, and she's suffered. I mean, stuff happens to her. It's not. I think it's easier for me somehow not to grab a handle when I would explore with my client how they're like doing it to themselves or how they're staying in it for themselves. But then things just happening to someone and
Yes.
the person
But
and
they're creating the handles out of the happening.
yes. I'm not quite, and there is another piece that when she says like I hate my body, like she's problems sick and all. She hates something about like every time it kind of gets me. I'm like something in me kind of jumps. The way the passionately how she just hates you so.
So you see your handle real clearly.
Yes, but I something in me answers that. There's like I feel like I'm kind of grabbing it all. Like, I'm not being my best self this way.
So when you see your client's handles and you go for them, you're stuck with them.
Yeah.
But when you see your client's handles, then you just eliminate them. Or you just fiddle with
So
them.
how do I even, when someone says, you know, this life is doing it to me and it's happening and I hate it and nothing I can do about it.
Well, if I could just tell her, I'd say, yes, life is doing all this to you, and what are you doing in response to it? That's your work. Now, clients won't hear that. They don't want to take responsibility for the response to it. So I'll experiment instead. So when the world's treating you that way, what are you doing in response? And we try to make the handles visible for that.
And she'll be very like, I see that I'm wrong. She's like, I hate myself and I know that it's wrong. I just don't know how to stop doing that.
So the first step is to recognize the handle. I see it. The second is to let go of that. Now that's hard. How do I let go of that handle? Because I can't shift that handle if I let go. I can't move it around. So that's most of the work. How do we help people allow? How do we teach allowance?
That's a
How do I teach you to allow your handle to be here so you can get past it, or you can create a new relationship to it. So it's here, but it's no big deal. It's just here now. It's just not controlling your life anymore.
It's something about saying it's no big deal. In that particular situation is really hard. I can't be like no big deal, or rather like allow that with a lot of.
Don't say no big deal. Say allow that.
Well, and
Isn't that
something
what mindfulness is? Allow that.
that's what I'm saying, that in this particular situation, something about that is very hard.
Yes.
When things happen to me, it's not when I allow that when I'm doing something to myself, so allow that part of you. That feels easy to say. But it's like, you know, God is.
You're not allowing the
things.
event. You're allowing your response to the event. And people can't separate the event from their response to the event. So when you say, allow your response to the event to change, they think that you want the event to change. And it's already happened. Look, I have enough wounds. I deserve every handle I got. People abuse the hell out of me, and I've developed a whole lot of handles in my mind, goddamn it. Don't try to take them away from me. That's my badge of honor, but I've been really misused. Those are my handles. I'll show you. So they get so attached to these handles that they aren't willing to change their relationships. They want to own them and blame it on the event that caused it. So, you can see them doing that, but how do you get them to change that? Experimentation and illumination. Create an experiment where they say, okay, I'm gonna be an event right now in the room, and I'm gonna come and try to push you into that chair. And I want you to fight back, and then I want you to not fight back. So I'm gonna teach you about allowance in the moment. I'm not gonna go back and teach you about allowance back there when you were being beat up by the world. Because I can't change that. I can't change your belief about it. All I can do is change your experience of a similar process that's going on in the moment. Does that make sense? So the way we get through unattached and out of our entrapment, entanglement, is through allowance. And how do we teach allowance? By experimentation and illumination. We bring it into the now. Because allowance only works in the now. So when your client's in the now saying, I have this handle, it hurts and it's broken and it hurts and I have this handle, you don't try to take the handle away from it. You just create an experiment where they might be able to allow this handle.
Well, how determination is a very simple. The person can be determined
I'm
either
determined.
way.
I'm loyal.
Yeah.
I'm loyal to my injury.
That's right, they've been taught that. That's the family thing.
And I've reinforced it all by myself. I'm now loyal to my injury.
It's really hard.
And to disallow my injury is to disallow me.
Yeah.
And that doesn't feel
That's
good
not
to
true
me.
either. Yeah.
But you can disallow your injury without disallowing yourself.
Usually
Because you're not your injury.
right,
So allowance is a way of getting people bigger than their injuries.
part of
Once
you-
they're bigger than their injuries and their handles, they can change their handles. But not till they get, I can't change this handle till I see it. Oh, it's there. And then I experiment with it and see if I can put it over here.
Yes.
That's what I'm experimenting with, my handles. So I'm gonna allow myself to move it over here to see what happens. If I don't like that, I'll move it here to see what happens. But if I don't allow anything, it just stays a frozen handle that I'm stuck to.
I missed this, a chunk of it, but I'm appreciating how it's a trauma refrain for me. And sometimes the language gets in the way of saying, when we have trauma that we're defined by, it's harsh, it sounds harsh to say, well, when you define yourself by this trauma and it holds, then you're recreating that energetically. But if you say, if I say, well, you have a handle, it's a little bit more neutral to be able to say, and then the universe can grab the handle or not, or you're grabbing your handle. But it's also, I would reframe it for myself that this handle is just the trauma. I don't know if, I'm jumping in, so I don't know if that's what you were saying.
The handle is the identification with the trauma.
Yes, which it just sounds, it's a much easier way to talk about.
The handle is the reaction to the trauma. And then the identification of that reaction. First I react, then I identify with the reaction. Now it's a full-blown handle. And there's no room to move it unless you offer me something, and all you can offer me is allowance.
Your parents or family actually gave you that, and it's slippery and gooey, but you were supposed to hang on to it.
They offered it to you, they didn't give it to you. The world offers you trauma.
Well, mom and dad are almost have to.
They can't give you anything that you don't want. You're self-empowered. When you're little, you can take things on you don't know that you take
That's
them
what
on.
I'm talking about. It starts there, and then
But when
you
I
got
get
10
some
years of
consciousness,
stuff to go.
now I've got
get rid of.
consciousness and I can decide what I take on and what I don't.
Yeah. Like I think about the biological wiring, we are biologically wired to adapt from an attachment perspective to the environment that we're in. And then eventually we do grow our frontal cortex, and hopefully by the time we're 80, we can see that we are more than.
It's a big deal. It's big. And it takes a long time. Maybe not. Maybe there's something, maybe somebody just wakes up someday and says, oh, I did that a little bit one time, and I'm stuck with what, I stated. Wasn't understanding and didn't know that I understood, and all of a sudden, then seriously, I just woke up and go, something like, oh. So my brain was working under it, so I was asleep.
Sure.
I forgot what it was, but it hasn't come back.
So let's talk more. Let's get into allowance now. So, Svetlana, come on up here, Glenn. and show me your handles and try to get me to grab them. This is my client, and she's trying to get me to fix her. But I'm not going to grab those handles. She can shove them toward. I'm not going to grab those. But you know, I'm going to play with those handles. Whoa, look at this handle. Whoa. 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 I wonder what happens if you put it over here. I'm going to lift it up here. Whoa. Whoa. See, I'm not grabbing her handles anymore. I'm playing with her handles. That's how you allow yourself not to get entangled. Now, if she tries to grab my handle, I just allow her to grab my handle. And when I can, I'll move it away. Go ahead, grab it again. Whoa, look at what you're doing. Wow, grab it again.
And she says,
Oh, wow, yes, that's interesting. What we're doing. So not only can I not grab her, I don't grab her handles, I play with them. And only does she not grab my handles, I play with that. Oh, look what you're doing. Is that working? Where's it going? How's that? So I'm not even trapped with her in my handles. Now, when you've got your own handles now she's got her own handles. She has to be the player. She has to play with her handles. So when you get to the point where you're not buying their handles and you're not letting them buy yours, you're helping the client identify their handles. Like I did in the first round. Instead of grabbing them, let's play with them. So this is what her recovery is about. Resolving her handles. Taking responsibility for her handles. Oh, let's put a handle on there. I'll tell you, yeah. Let me stick my hand through your handle. And look at what is this? What's happening? Look at this. We're playing. Oh, wow. Oh, this is so great. And that's how you want to be feeling, thank you. And that's how you want to be feeling about your client. Everything they're doing, you love.
Yes.
They're tempting you with your handles, and you love that. They're trying to grab your handles, and you love that. They're trying to look at their own handles, and you love that. That's what allowance is. It's about letting go and being free of the handles.
that's really a grown-up thing to do, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And part of our job is to grow up, isn't it?
That's true. I think it's true.
I do too.
Yes.
But growing up doesn't mean growing up in the way we were taught.
Yeah, getting
It means
taller.
becoming aware of how we create our own handles
Yes.
and learning how to get free of them again.
And also it reminds me that there's a Chinese proverb, it's called they say that that means using the soft to go against the strong.
Yeah.
Oh.
What did you say? What was the word? Use
When something's strong, then you use the softness to go against it, then it cannot work anymore.
because it will go right through you.
Yeah, it's soft, just like like this.
That's
You
good. I like
can't
that.
do anything.
Yeah, no coffee and
Yeah.
yelling in the
Yeah.
All right, so you be a couple, Carol, you and I will be a couple, and you get up and take turns going through all three. You take turns being the therapist and not biting, and take turns being the client. So you get a chance to practice just what Svetlana and I did, both ways, okay? Carol, let's do it. Yeah.
So I'm allowing.
Same thing, try to get her and grab your handles, try to grab hers.
I lost track of
So
permutations. So I will allow you your handles. Oh, what a lovely handle. Tell me more about this handle. Oh, you want me to grab it? How would you like me to grab it?
Yeah.
Would you like me to grab it? Oh my goodness, right. You're very eager for me to grab your handles. My goodness. Okay, I bet you can show me around the room with your handle without me even grabbing it if I just let you.
No, I just want you to hold it.
Oh, okay, well, I don't want to avoid your handle, but I don't want to grab it either. My goodness, you know, I feel like you are more than, yeah, I feel like you're more than just your handle. I'm gonna look around. Oh, are you defining yourself by this handle?
Now try to grab her handle. Try to grab
So
her.
I'm a therapist
Want
and I'm gonna allow.
something from her.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. you for finding my handle. I didn't even realize I had this.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, how
Try
lovely.
to pull her in.
Yeah.
Oh, you really
Selena,
want to
yes,
grab
that's
me?
it. Pull her in.
How lovely that you want the hand. Oh, you poor thing. You're just. It's not there anymore, but you're trying. You're trying. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, notice how she's having a good time, so are you. You get to see
Try on
laughing
something.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
laugh at yourself and move
Just
on.
like, yeah, and just like dancing together.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't have to destroy the image.
Yeah.
You just,
Yeah.
that's the charm
Yeah.
of me,
Yeah.
and I love it, and I can do it anytime I need to.
Yeah.
But basically, I asked her to be 8 years old.
But I also really liked that I thanked her for finding my handle. Like, I thanked you for finding my handle. Because it was such a useful thing. And then I can let it go and come back to being in service with you. Which was really nice.
And it seems like something small.
What was that?
I need you to ask me a question. When I need it, but then you I'm still putting on, then you feel like to get started. Still
Be more physical. Try to pull her around.
Will still is connected to me or
Come over.
Connected.
Come over. Pull her.
Connected. It's connected. Even though it's not grabbing.
You're
but
supposed to
it's
be
still connected
telling
to you.
me what to do.
yeah, in the attempt to connect it to
How do
me.
you feel
What do I just-
when you try to
Notice what that's like.
this,
Oh.
you try to move it.
Be
Still,
like
I'm
I
still-
told
I'm
you.
still keep
Oh,
on holding it.
I mean,
Still
what do you
grab
want
on
from
it.
me?
Try
Should
other
I-
parts.
should
Okay,
I
the
start with
third
my
way now
tapping?
is clients,
From the hand.
show them your
Let's
handles.
talk about more about that afterwards. I think that's interesting. So
We started with.
No, I just
No, this
asked
time,
your own
so she
I
can
know
help
that's
you with
why
your
I was
hand.
having a hard time
This
because
is
I think
the
what
third
you were saying
round
was
is
important.
for you to
but I
show
need, I
her-
want to finish
Oh,
this
so
part.
it's
Just
client
show,
does
just
that
show your
still.
injuries.
No, and I just
Yeah.
feel like
Just show your
maybe
injuries
as
here. These are
a-
my
as a
injuries. Help me
therapist.
with them.
So,
As a client, I show
Yeah.
my injuries.
do
You're
you
not trying to
feel
hook her.
even though
She's
even
not
though
trying to hook you. Now
you
you're a
let go
client
the
who's
hand,
really
hand
into
go,
recovery.
but when the
Here are my
client still
handles.
keeping on like this,
So
you feel
she
that,
can play with your handles.
yeah, I will not let her to the whole night of me.
Yeah.
But
Like
at
I'm not letting my client put me in a box.
yes, but at the same time, we feel that the client still you connecting with her.
I feel like the client has used some box that they found that no longer exists and is doing their own work.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so
Yes,
you're
that
using
part.
me to do your work.
Yes, yes. So I follow your move, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I could have stopped, or I could have pushed you away, or I could have done any number of things.
All right, now switch it around and do it the other way. Change therapist and client.
So the therapist was grab their own handle, and the client was grab their own handle. Is that what it was?
Yeah, as the client, you try to grab her handle. She tries to grab you. She tries to change you. You try to change her. And then you try to change yourself.
Okay, so we'll do the self now. The third one is the self.
Yeah.
So you be the therapist.
Alright.
Why don't you be? I don't think you actually have to have be a therapist. Okay, okay. I'll grab you. You're the
And the
therapist.
words are change me, help me, for God's
Good.
sake.
You're serving me. Good. Keep your handle.
Okay.
Keep your handle. No. No. Firm up that handle now.
Yeah.
I need you to have a firm handle. Oh, you're willing to appease me. Good. Appease me some more. Keep going. I will take this for a ride as long as it'll go for.
So I like the handles to put here.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're willing to twist yourself into a body for me. Please have a better handle. That's great. Thank you for having a handle. Thank you.
Smart, aren't you?
Yeah. I am a great smart client. Yes. I will run the show.
You're
I will run the
are you
show.
the therapist?
Yeah,
She's a therapist.
Yeah,
so
right.
just kind of let her grab you. And just swing your arm around. There.
Oh, wait a minute. You're not
Just
willing
keep
to play
swinging your arm
along?
around.
I want you
Swing your arm.
to
So she
let
can't,
me run the show. Don't you want me to run the
you free
show?
yourself each time,
Say
swing it.
let's.
Go full arch until the arm breaks. See the arm breaks when you do a fold?
No, not here. I can keep up with you. I'll get you with both hands.
So still she's fine because she's not
I don't know.
letting you control her.
Is she?
She's standing there letting you have your way with her arm, but she's
Is
not.
it true? Is it true? Are you actually free?
Are you feeling?
Yes.
Are you feeling?
Yes, I'm free.
Yeah,
I'm free.
that's Nicole. Be free when she's.
So not convinced. Look at that. It's still shaking.
She's really being a good client right now.
I'm a
Let go of needing her to see the result. That's
Okay,
fine.
I'm the client with the handle. Grab my handle. I'm just one big handle. Grab it. Well, thank you for being a compliant therapist. I'm a very traumatized person. Believe this.
So this is your own injury right now?
Yeah, I'm the handle. I made it.
Your hand for yourself. Help her see her
It
handles.
distracted me from my
Help her.
pain.
When she's looking at her own handles, you want to play with those handles with her. Help her look at those handles.
Oh, don't make my handle smaller than it is. How dare you re-traumatize me?
Now you're supposed to be looking at your handle, not her. You're slipping back into wanting something from her. Want something from you right now. Want to heal your own injuries. Want to
Heal my own
want
injuries.
to explore your own handles.
I recognize that.
Oh, my handle keeps
So
changing.
isn't this interesting? This is what you do to yourself. I mean, notice what you do with your handles. She's not after you anymore, and you're not after her
She's
anymore.
a leader.
You're just with her. You're not after her. She's not after you. You're just with her. You're just with her. That's
I'll come back
the.
and explore my handle some more. Do be a therapist.
Now she's after you again. So when she's after you, you have to break free of her. When she says be a therapist, she's after you. Be free. Break. But then when she says I'm really hurting, go in and help her see her own. Go see her own
I want to
handle.
see my own handle.
do not be doing it, but I can visualize them as part of it.
Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll be in that chair.
Oh, how interesting. I will never get over my handle unless you hold my hand the whole time.
Okay.
We're swinging together.
That's really good. Yeah.
All right. Let's process what that was like for you. What you noticed about all of that. The idea is the therapist staying free when the client wants something from them, they're free. They don't want anything from their client, they're free. And when the client wants to look at their own injuries, let's join them in that. We still stay free. So we're always free from stuff. Hopefully the client will learn to be free of handles in their therapeutic recovery. But right now we're not expecting that of clients at all. They're going to come in with their handles. They're going to damn well feel loyal to their handles. But this workshop is about getting you out of your handles. So the last step of this is you're trapped. Okay. Now you're free, and now you want to redirect the energy. So when somebody comes at me and they trap me and they grab me, and I go, okay. I want to notice that I'm grabbed. See, that's my first step. I want to recognize that I'm grabbed. I want to break free of the grab, and I want to refocus my attention somewhere else, away from the grab. So I'm redirecting my energy now. Here, my energy is directed at being grabbed. Here, my energy is directed at breaking free. Where do I go after I'm free? I set up a new direction for me. So I'm not only free, but I set up a new direction for me. Does that make sense here?
It's hard to do.
Here I'm trapped in my focus. Here I'm free. What comes after freedom? I want to take action from freedom. So I'll come back, and that's when I engulf you back again. When I had you engulf your handles. So this is trapped by your handle. This is free by your handle. And this is engulfing your handle.
I think the word embracing, engulfing.
Okay, fine. I think I like the word embracing better. Allowing your handle.
And impeding.
Well, that's not containing anymore.
Well, impeding the change.
Allowing them. See, they can bounce around inside here. See, you're going to allow them, and they're still going to bounce around inside here. But they're not here, and I'm not here. I'm here, allowing you to bounce around however you want to. This is really good for partners. When you have two partners, they each go into disallowance. If you can help them get to the point where they can step back and get free of their own handles, they can come back and embrace their partner. This is what working partnerships work like. It works like being embraced without handles. That's when you're having a high moment with in any relationship. It's when you are embracing without handles. So with a couple, it takes both partners to learn to break free of their own handles and then to step in and embrace each other. Right. And even if my partner doesn't do it, even if my partner's trying to grab my handles and I don't bite, and they're still trying, and I break free, and they're still trying, and I go embrace them, and they're still trying. But I don't care from here. I'm offering them the allowance they can't offer themselves. I'm role modeling and experiential giving them allowance, free of charge, because I'm big enough to do it. I wasn't big enough here. I wasn't big enough here, but I am big enough here. So that's the step of offering back all of the allowance. So I had to get free of entanglement and offer myself allowance. Then I have to offer my entanglement allowance. Do you hear that? I have to offer my handles allowance. I have to offer my disallowance allowance. Even when I'm free of disallowance, I still have to allow disallowance.
Because they may not take your.
Whether they do or not, I'm free.
Yeah.
Not only am I
You've done your
free,
job.
this is free, I get to stay free.
Yeah.
This keeps
And if
This
they don't
keeps
wanna
me
stay
free.
there, then it's.
Right. So it's a matter of stepping back and then stepping forward. Stepping back and getting free, and then stepping back and bringing your love and your allowance back to your own handles, your own broken parts that says you're not good enough or you're unworthy. I get it. You think I'm not good enough or you're unworthy. And I can love you unconditionally right now. Because I have enough allowance surrounding me right now that I can surround even my handles with allowance. Or my partner, or a friend, or an enemy. Can I embrace someone who's treating me badly? Why can't I just allow them to try to treat me badly? So the allowance is the integrating step, the completing step in the healing process. Now it doesn't mean I won't come back and break into my handles again. Because you trigger something, oh shit, my handles are back and I have to start all over again. Look, my handles are back. I have to break free of the handles. And then I have to, when I'm free of the handles, I need to go back and embrace the handles till you break them again. Ah, you didn't break them, by the way. You gave me an event, and the event caused me to create more new or old handles are coming up again. And I need to take those handles, and I need to break free of those handles, and I have to come back and love those handles. Because the only way the handles ever will really go away is if you love them. And they'll hit that they can never come back.
Thanks for trying.
But that very rarely happens because we don't have training in allowance. We're not trained in allowance in our lives or in our profession either. One of the things this model does is it teaches allowance. It teaches conscious allowance as part of the therapeutic law. That's why we're doing this workshop, to help you develop the conscious allowance that keeps you safe, and allows you to be a good therapist. Not in a judgmental way, but a therapist that's free and alive and enjoying their therapy. You're going to do a whole career this way. You'll burn out real quickly this way. I can tell you, you'll burn out. You look at your colleagues, they'll burn out real quickly. They'll get tired of yanking. They'll get tired of holding on to handles. And you'll burn out when you hold on to handles. They're hot. They hurt. All right. So any kind of responses you want to make to that before we sum up for the day?
I love the free and allowance. It's very powerful.
Yeah. It's nice because I think that not only can I teach you how to get stuck, but I can give you a tool to get free. And oftentimes I was taught how stuck I was, but never given any instruction on how to get free. Just the idea was awareness was enough. Fritz Perls said that. Awareness is curative. No, it isn't. Awareness in itself is not. I need to be aware, and then I need to have some resources and some strategies for getting through.
I like the exercise that we did, and I loved it because when we started to do the movement, I have these visualizations of waves, and they could be just free flowing waves that can be in the room between you, and it's not that you're not touched by the wave, but you don't, there's no dam stopping the wave. It just flows and then flows back, and then so there's no constrictions of the space. It is this energy flow that can come and go. And so in I was kind of thinking, yeah, if you have the handles, you've created a barrier or a dam, and the wave can no longer flow, and then it becomes stagnant. And so it's very different. So yeah.
In a way, these waves are not like these handles are not like a life preserver. They actually sink you.
Yeah.
Handles sink you further into the sea than.
I also appreciate the nuance and the contrast. Just the, wow, here's another way you can look at contrast. And the dance between duality and non-duality. Oh, that's just so, the creativity of that. Appreciating that.
Right.
As offer, this is somewhat new, I think, addition, because like how we get free and we just allow what is and disentangle, but then to come back and like offer with love, kind of unconditional acceptance. I think that is yet another step, and sometimes often I think people are ready to see the entanglement, and they and maybe kind of willing to get disentangled and see that part and sort of like say, okay, I see that part, and I'm not that part, I can stay free of it, but there's not enough bigness, they're not yet to make another step and to embrace that, whether it's like as a child or like whatever shape or form, or inner monster, whatever it is. To love it, I think requires yet another level of disentanglement and not being able to like this, like I see it but I don't want to touch it. It's not me. That's another handle.
And since this model is broken into being and doing, allowing is the being, but stepping back in and embracing is the doing. So, but it's a doing out of freedom. So once you get to freedom, you're in the place of being. And now what do you do when you're in being and you're in freedom? You do. And what does do? How do? You embrace.
Does that embrace mean you believe in it?
Embrace.
Or you allow that it exists?
Yeah.
You
The second.
give it unconditional allowance. Loving unconditional allowance.
Good luck. Sure, okay. But you could, if you can't do that, maybe be give privilege.
You're gonna go to hell.
Given permission to try stuff on.
Yeah.
I think.
Experimentation. Till you get to that point, life is still a complete experiment for you. It's an experiment to get to this place where we can do this. That's what life is. It's an experiment in the ability to allow disallowance.
And I think that's also where the therapist can step in also, like it's an intermediate stage where I may be seeing my part and even maybe disentangling, allowing it, but not yet able to embrace it. That's where the therapist is like, okay, I'm going to love your part even while you can't.
Yeah, that's right. And there's so much more taught in that lesson than saying I'm gonna love you even though you don't. By offering you in the moment unconditional allowance. I'm walking my talk here.
Yeah.
This is not just a lesson anymore. This is a life experience. And that's what changes people. Life experience, not lessons. Well, thank you all for being part of this. I appreciate the opportunity to teach it again.